to my channel. My name is Ndifon Ntui. On this channel I make sewing tutorials. I post new videos on Monday, Wednesdays and on Saturdays. So if you're into stuff like this, make sure to check back on those days in order to watch new content. Alright, if you are a beginner or if you're a person that's trying to brush up on your skills, I offer online courses. I'll be showing a demo on how to make a jumpsuit so you can watch on the side if it will be convenient for you to learn online. If you're interested, send me a message on Telegram. Alright, the number is on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a like. Do not forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Bye bye. Alright, you're welcome to the part 2 of this video. We're going to handle the sewing parts of the previous video where I showed just the cutting. I don't want to put them together because they are very long videos. So the first part we're going to stitch together is the red parts. So the two red parts of the dress by 1/2 inch. If you've not seen the previous video, is my most recent video. There's a link to the video in the description below as well. Alright, so we're going to simply join the two red parts, as I was saying, 1/2 inch all the way around. Alright, and then after I'm done with stitching it, I'm going to head back to my ironing table and I'm going to spread and iron this flat. I'm going to use stay to hold it in place. If you don't know how to do that, see my video on how to pad a bustier. I showed that technique on how to make sure that that pad lays flat. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to join the pink parts. So the larger pink part, that's this part here. I'm going to join the short part. You see this little piece here. You're going to join it on the side in order to complete that that edge that we have there. I'm going to only consume 1/2 inch because 1/2 inch is what we kept when we're drafting. Alright. After that, I'm going to head back to my ironing table. I'm going to iron here flat so that it's as smooth as the first line that I made. Alright, now if you notice, I iron interfacing onto the red fabric but not onto the pink fabric. The pink fabric is really thick, so I didn't want to iron interfacing onto it. That would make it too heavy, but the red one was softer than the pink one, so I ironed interfacing onto the red one in order to make it just almost as thick as the pink one, so that the weights of both of the fabric would be a bit balanced. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So the red one was lighter, so I ironed interfacing onto it. The pink one didn't need. I'm joining the both of them together all the way around, consuming 1/2 inch with this stitch because 1/2 inch is what we kept. So you can see everything is coming out. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to also spread an iron here. I'm going to use interfacing to keep it that way. After a lot of ironing, you can see how smooth everything is. You can see what I did on the inside. You can see the way I used the stay to glue everything in place. The next step for on the front part is to join the side. So the side that we didn't modify at all, I'm going to join it to the rest of the top with 1/2 inch on the edge. Okay, so you can see me consuming 1/2 inch all the way around the edge. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go over to my ironing table, spread and iron this as well. Alright, so with that, we have joined all parts of the front. You can see we've created that effect that you've seen on the thumbnail and on the dress. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the lining that's meant for this. I'll simply just get the lining that we had cut in the previous video. I'm going to lay it on top, get the side that's meant for it and place it on top. The reason why I'm placing it on top is so that I will know how to fold so that my stitch doesn't end up facing the wrong way. So do exactly what I just did, so I don't end up fixing your stitching your darts facing the wrong way. You can see I'm also top stitching to hold everything instead of ironing it flat. So I'm going to make a stitch. Alright, I'm going to make a notch there and top stitch all the excess on the side. Okay, after that has been done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the front, the fabric and the lining front facing front. Alright, you can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to stitch around the neck. I'm going to stop right at that curve there. I don't need that curve. That curve is where we'll fix our sleeve, so we're going to leave it open, 1/2 inch everywhere. Alright, I'm going to turn everything, top stitch all my excess on my lining. That's what I just did now. it's time for us to start sewing the back. Both sides of the back will be treated exactly the same way. What I do on one side, do on the other side. So just replicate this on the other side. Even though the other side doesn't have a shoulder, all the measurements I will give to you and all the instructions I give to you here, you are going to apply on the other side. So get a skirt part that corresponds with this part that I have here. Okay, so you're going to look for it. You want a part where your zip space is facing where the zip space here is facing. When you found it, you're going to stitch both of them together. Make sure to get the lining at once so that you stitch everything facing the right direction, but dealing with a lot of pieces, so make sure you follow this instructions step by step so that everything is facing where they are supposed to face. All right, so I found the lining and the zipper allowance is facing the zipper allowance of the lining. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to join both sides of the fabric together. So the top with the skirt part, 1/2 inch, that's what I'm going to join now. So you can see me, I'm stitching 1/2 inch all the way across. All right, joining the top to the bottom. The zipper allowances should face the same direction. If you notice at the edge of my zipper allowance here, a little notch there, that's how you know the zipper allowance part of your skirt. All right, so I'm going to go and iron this part flat and I'll be back for the next step. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to hold my darts. You can see where I have my dart points there at that notch. This point is the point I marked on the bodice. I'm going to go up by 8.5 inches. I'll start my darts from 8.5 and I will stop 5 inches after that joining. You'll see what I'm doing on the sewing machine now. All right, so you can see 8.5 inches where I'll start from. I would stitch open up to 1/2 inch. By the time I hit the middle, I'm only going to come down 5 inches, sorry, and lock 5 inch. Yeah, with that we've created our darts. You can see all our lines are properly lined up because of how we stitched it. I'll go ahead and iron this and I'll repeat the same thing on my lining. What I did on the fabric, I'll do on the lining. Just make sure that you place it on top so that everything is facing the right direction. You can see the lining is okay, so you're going to take the lining that's meant for the skirt part of the lining, place it, make sure it's facing the right direction, you flip it the way I'm flipping it, and then we're going to stitch across. All right, you see that? Then I'm going to simply do the same thing I did with my dart. So 8.5, once I hit that joining, come down 1/2 inch, 5 inches and lock it. I did the same thing on the other side. You can see on the part of the back that doesn't have a fabric, that 8.5 is not too high. It's not longer than what we have here. All right, the next step is to fix our zipper. So you can see the shoulder I have there. Align everything. Make sure you align the waist joining, that the joining we have at the waist together. After that has been done, I'm going to come 10 inches after my joining. All right, I'm going to come down 10 inches. You can see a notch at that edge of my zipper. That's so that I tell which part of my skirt is my zipper allowance. All right, I'm going to now hold 2 inches at that 10 inch and I'm stitching down 11 inches. All right, so 10 inches away from the waist is where you're starting the stitch from. You are coming in by 2 inches because 2 inches is what I kept for my zipper allowance. So 10 away from the joining, 2 inches into the fabric, come down by 11 inches. We're stopping at 11 inch because I want to have a slit at the back. If you follow 11 inches, that should be enough for most people. Only if the person asks for it to be higher. Repeating the same thing on my lining. You can see 10 inches. Okay, coming by 2 inches, stitch 11 inches down. Make sure that these numbers are the same on the fabric and on the lining. If not, that would affect your slits later on. The next step is to simply install your zipper. I'm going to consume 2 inches because 2 inches is what I kept for my zipper allowance. Just like how when I was making the stitch at the bottom, I came down, I went deep into I went into the fabric by 2 inches. All right, so yeah, simply just install your zipper facing the wrong way. You can see me measuring the 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to stitch until 10 inches after the joining at the waist. Okay, and from here I'm going from the bottom all the way up, still making sure that it's only 2 inches I'm consuming so that you don't run into any problems. All right, and when you are done with that, you can see how smooth my zip is. The next thing is to attach the back lining to the fabric. I'm going to zip down and I'm going to get the lining that is appropriate for this part here. So you see this, I'm going to bring the lining, I'm placing it front facing front, so the clean side of my lining is facing the clean side of my fabric as I stitch around the neck by 1/2 inch. All right, I'm going to make notches around the neck, flip everything, push all the excess towards the lining, and I'm going to make a top stitch to make sure that my excess stays on that side at all times. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. You see this other side here, flipping it. I'm placing it front facing front, so I'm not coming from the armhole, I'm coming from that top part there. I'm stitching just the body. Make sure you leave that armhole free. I'm doing the same thing here, stitching all my excess facing the lining to hold everything in place there. All right, after you do that, you would notice that you have finished the top side of your that's your neckline area. All right, next thing we are going to do is we have to finish our zip neatly. All right, so you can see what I'm showing you everything. You see the way I'm passing through the edge there. This is so that we can turn our zipper clean. So I'm going to stitch as close to the zipper that's as close to the stitch I used to fix the zipper in the first place. I'm going to stitch as close to that as possible. That's going to hold everything in place. If you can stitch on top of your former stitch, fine, but try to stitch even if you're 1/2 inch close. It's not the end of the world. Preferably, if I had all the time in the world and if this was for a client, I would use my hand to actually make this stitch, okay? Because with your hand and thread and needle, you can pinpoint whatever you are doing very, very finely, so that you don't have this large space that we have. But even if it's like this, it's still fine, it's still neat. But with that, you can see that we are done with our zipper. All right, make sure that you place everything flat and turn it the way I did. The first thing I'm going to do, this part I have here is the skirt part of the front. All right, so I'm going to simply hold my darts. As for where I placed my darts, I came from the center point when it was folded, came in by 4.5 and marked my dart points. That should be in the skirt video I recommended in the last video. I'm also darting the lining part as well. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join the bottom to the top. All right, so 1/2 inch across. Now mind you, the lines are not going to meet perfectly, but you want to make sure that the space between them is okay. So if your dart is 1/2 inch away on the other side, it should be 1/2 inch away from the other dart. All right, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm stitching the lining as well. All right, next step is for us to treat the bottom part. That's our slits. All right, so you can see this is the slits. You can see the lining is shorter than the fabric. If you notice, I didn't iron estay everywhere on the fabric because the fabric is heavy, but I ironed estay at the end of the fabric because I wanted the bottom part to have some form. So 8 inches to the end, I iron interfacing, so that by the time I iron that edge, the edge is smooth, the edge is crisp. It's not going to form a ball because of the fabric. So I stabilized it just at the bottom. All right, so look at what I'm doing. You're going to drag the lining to be the same height. You're going to flip it the way I'm flipping it, and I'm going to stitch 5 inches across. I'm not going to stitch all the way down. From the slit point, I'm stitching in 5 inches. That's going to allow me to join them without completely sealing them. We don't want to seal them because we will later on. But after we have done what we have done, you will see we have finished the slits. You can see how clean here is. The next thing we're going to do is we need to cover this hole that we have here. All right, you see this hole we have here, we have to cover it. So to do that, we're going to once again go from the inside. You can see the place I stopped stitching. Remember, when I stitched down 11 inches, okay, the end of that 11, remember I told you when you were stitching the lining, you should make sure that it's the same with the fabric. It's because of this point. If it's not the same, you would have some balling here and there. So we're going to align the fabric and the lining at that point. You see what I'm doing, take my time, and then you're going to stitch from the end of that 11 inches all the way down. Okay, you're going to consume 2 inches. Okay, and if you do this, you will notice that your lining will automatically stay shorter than your fabric because it was cut that way. All right, so by the time I turn everything inside out, you will see everything nice and clean. All right, we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side of our slits. All right, you see the way everything is clean, you see the way everything is smooth. Let's do the same thing. I'll do the same thing on the other side, and yeah, whatever I did on the other side, make sure to repeat on this other side. I don't think I'll show you guys that. So you can see what I have here. You can see the slit is well finished, all right, on both ends. If I turn to the other side, you notice that you see the way the slit is clean. On to the next step, that's joining the front to the back. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the back. I'm going to come to the sides. Remember, I kept 1.5 inches for my allowance. I'm holding 1.5 everywhere. All right, so I'm joining the fabric to the fabric and lining to the lining. You can see what I'm doing here, making sure that that's 1.5. I'm going to stitch all the way to that point, but at the waist for me I opened up to 2 inches because I wanted it to just sit a bit tighter around my wife's hips, because she likes it tight around the hips. So that's why I made that adjustment. But if you kept 1.5, make sure to do the same. You can see I'm placing my lining front side facing front side like the fabric, and I'm simply stitching all the way down to the bottom. When you're done with these stitches, make sure to head over to your ironing table, spread the seams flat like we always do, and iron it. That's going to give it the best look. Yeah, so you can see we finished the side. Everything is clean and neat. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. I'm going to start with the shoulder. That's the other side, is the side that has the shoulder. So I'm going to first of all join my shoulders by consuming half an inch. Yeah, so I'm stitching half inch across now. When I'm done, make sure to also spread and iron the seam flat. All right, now when you're done with the shoulder, I'm going to join the sides together on the fabric and the lining like we did on the other side. After you stitch the sides, this is what you would have. You see the way everything is. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seal the hem I have at the bottom. Remember where we stopped at 5 inches. Remember last stitch we made at the bottom before we inserted the slits. That stitch we made and stopped at 5 inches. We'll complete that stitch from here all the way to the other side. Now every part has been joined together, so this stitch is just going to be one stitch that will lead. You see that's across the first joining, okay, and this is across the second joining. That's this the joining with the shoulder across the second joining, and that led to the other side. When you're done with that, you're going to have to turn everything inside out. You will turn everything out of one of the armholes. We have two, the one with the shoulder and the one without, so pick one, turn everything out of there and give this a good press. All right, I'll iron this thoroughly to make sure that everything lays smooth. So you can see the way it's looking already. The next step is to fix your balloon sleeves, but this video is already an 18-minute video, and I've made a video on how to go about building balloon sleeves. I'm going to drop a link to that video in the description. Yeah, if you've watched this far, that's how this dress was made. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Make sure that you have a very lovely day. And yeah, you push like the video. If you watched this far, that means you like the video. Make sure to like this video. I will see you in the next video, like I said before. Bye bye.